Well, today we're going to carry on a little bit more with the present perfect. What I want to do is just to look over three groups of words, I guess, today that are particularly unique when we use them with the present perfect. And then tomorrow, I want to look at some of the mistakes that people make with the present perfect, and that's quite an important one, really. So when don't we use the present perfect, and some of the mistakes that I've seen from people, particularly people in Libya, when they've used the present perfect. Okay, so let's start with the beginning here. Okay, so the first one we're going to look at, or the first two, are for and since. Okay, now I'll give you some examples of them first, and then I'll talk about them. Okay, let's go easy ones. Okay, I have been in Libya for 6 years. Okay, straightforward sentence. I have been in Libya for 6 years. Okay. I can also write I have been in Libya since 2014. Now the important words we're looking at here obviously are for and since. And I don't know if you can see it from that one. I'll do one more for you, and then I'll try and get you to think and what the difference is on them. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's do this one. You have watched this video for, what is it now? 2 minutes, I think. Yes, 2 minutes. Okay. We could also say you have watched this video, I hope this is true anyway, since it started. Oh, that's all on the screen there, yeah? Okay. Yeah? So, again, we've got for and since. Here we have years. Here we have a year. We have 2 minutes. And this is since it started. Okay, so basically the important things here, we use for a period of time. Okay? So here I've got a period of time. A period of time here is 6 years. It's a period of time. Yes? It's not... I'll go on to the next one and I'll come back to it. Okay? It's a period of time. Okay? We use since for a point in time. It's like a specific time. Okay? So we use for a period of time. I'm talking about 6 years, 2 minutes. Okay? We use since for a point in time. A point in time, 2014. A point in time since the video started. That was a point in time. Yeah? Okay? So we use for when we're talking about a period of time, and since when we're talking about a point in time. Okay? Right, so that's for and since. These are key words for present perfect, sorry. Key words for present perfect. You see, if you see for and since in a question or a sentence, then think present perfect. Okay? 2 more words that we use a lot with present perfect. Ever and never. Okay? Ever and never. Okay? this is generally, this is talking about the last use of the present perfect I mentioned yesterday. When we're talking about a period, actions that happen in an unfinished time period. Particularly my life. Okay? And I think I actually gave one of these yesterday as an example, but anyway. I could say, and they're normally done in questions and answers, okay? Alright? So I'll give you an example here, okay? So, have example for me. A question for me. Have you ever been to Egypt? Okay? Have you ever been to Egypt? Ever here means, I say, it's a use when we're talking about an unfinished time period, particularly your life. Okay? So this sentence here means, in your life, have you visited Egypt? Yeah? Have you ever been to Egypt? We could say, have you ever broken your arm? Broken. Have you ever broken your arm? Yes? Again, in your life, this is talking about, have you ever visited Egypt? Have you ever broken your arm? Okay? So these are talking, particularly they talk about life experiences or things that happened in your life. Okay? Now, well actually I could say this to both of these. Have you ever, I could just say the answer to these, because it's a have you ever question, I could say no, I haven't. And I could actually answer both of these with no, I haven't. If you have been to Egypt, you would say yes, I have. If you have broken your arm, you would say yes, I have. Okay? For me, I would say no, I haven't. Okay? In a sentence, if I wanted to say these in a sentence, I would say, the answer to these in a sentence, I would say, I'll do it in blank. I have never been to Egypt. Sorry. So this means I'm still alive, so it could possibly happen. I hope it'll happen. I've heard Egypt is a very nice place. I'd like to see the pyramids. But in my life so far, I have never been to Egypt. I have not visited Egypt. Okay? I have never, in my life so far, my life hasn't finished yet, so inshallah, please God, I will be able to go to see Egypt. Okay? But so far, I have never been to Egypt. Okay? And then for the other one, I would say the same thing. I have never broken my arm. Yeah? Okay? But don't forget, this is in my life so far. Okay? If I was talking about somebody who was dead, who is, so therefore their time period, their life has finished, it's not possible for them to visit Egypt. So again, I think I mentioned yesterday my mum. I would say my mum, I could not say my mum has never been to Egypt, because that would say my mum was still alive. Because her time period is now finished, it would have to be my mum never visited Egypt, and that would be past tense, past simple. Okay. Right, okay, so we've done for and since, ever and never, and then just two more words that go with present simple, and I've used one of them just. We have been and gone. Now, been, let's start off with been and then I'll talk about been and gone. been is an interesting word, because been is the past participle for two verbs. It's the past participle of the verb to be, and it's also the past participle of the verb to go. Okay? So, I would say, I have been a teacher in Libya for 6 years. There, I'm using the verb to be. Yeah? I said before in the last example, I have never been to Egypt. Been there is the past participle of the verb to go. Okay, so be a bit careful with that one. Been has two verbs. It can be the verb to be, or it can be the verb to go. And you just have to look at the context of the sentence to decide whether it's the verb to be or whether it's the verb to go. If I say, I have never been to Egypt, I can't say, I have never I can't be using the verb to be there. Yeah? I have never been Egypt. I am not Egypt. No, it doesn't work. Okay, so it must be talking about the verb to go. Now then, okay. Now it gets slightly complicated because I said the verb to been is the past participle of the verb to go, but gone is also the past participle of the verb to go. Alright? Now for this one, it's quite simple. It's quite simple, don't worry about it. Been, we're only talking about the verb to go. Yeah? So if I say, have you been to Egypt? It means that Peter, Egypt, and came back again. Okay? So if I say, have you been to Egypt, or has Khadija been to Egypt? It means, has she gone, did she go to Egypt, and then did she come back? Yeah? Okay? That's been. Okay? Gone talks about Peter. It talks about saying that Peter is not here, he is in Egypt. Where is Peter? He has gone to Egypt. So that means Peter is still in Egypt. He's not here now. Okay? So you've got been and gone. Been talks about going and coming back. Okay? Gone means Peter is not here. Where's Peter? Where's Peter? I'm here. No, sorry. Where's Peter? Oh, didn't you hear? He's gone to Egypt. He's in Egypt. Okay? Oh, hello, Peter. I haven't seen you for a long time. No. I've been to Egypt. Now I'm back again. Okay? So there we go. 3 sets of words with present perfect. Okay? We've got 4 we use for a period of time. Since we use for a point of time. Ever and never talk about, generally they talk about your life experience, things that you have done in your life. And been and gone, been a funny past participle because it has 2 main verbs, the verb to be and the verb to go. But been and gone are past participles of the verb to go. Been we talk about when somebody has gone and come back. Gone we only talk about when they're still in the place. Okay? I say tomorrow we'll talk about, I mentioned a couple there, but tomorrow we'll talk about some of the big mistakes that people make with present perfect. Alright, thank you very much.